everybody. We're
Hello.
back. My
And
name
better than
is
ever.
Kiana,
And I'm Cheyenne.
and we are the
The
Novelty
novelty sisters.
Sisters. Today we're doing something a little different. We're doing all things tea, and we're gonna
All
be
things
doing,
gossip.
yeah, we're gonna be
A
doing
little
some
messy.
a little messy. We're gonna be doing some bookish hot takes. We're getting our hot takes straight from Reddit. Um, in the future, Cheyenne's planning on making a little TikTok post and letting you
hmm
guys fill us in on your opinions of bookish hot takes. But till then, okay, Cheyenne.
Um,
Tell us what's been going on this past week. Anything
mm,
new?
Girl, we had Easter.
We did have Easter. We did.
That was fun. We had a little Easter egg hunt. No
Yeah.
treats in the Easter eggs.
No treats in the Easter eggs.
No treats in the Easter egg. They were straight boiled eggs,
Mhm.
OG, old school style. But it was fun. We had a little brunch, little brunchy brunch. You know, I have a knack for making Bloody Marys,
Mhm.
so I did make some of those.
Sorry, guys. Cheyenne has her, which you'll probably see before I say this, but
Yeah,
um, this is her
it's fine.
first
I ain't
time
talking.
recording with her daughter in the room with her. So,
Did make some Bloody Marys. That was fun. What else happened, child? Ooh, my dog tried to eat two toads this weekend while I was walking
mm-mm.
her. Yes, I looked I looked absolutely insane cuz I didn't, normally when like a dog eats something,
Mhm.
you just try to like yank it out its mouth. But it was an alive frog and I did not want to do that. So I am literally just like smacking her over the head like 11 o'clock at night. I look
Just voice
crazy. They're like,
echoing in the apartment complex.
girl, it was so embarrassing. I'm like, I just know that there is somebody sitting on their patio that is going to call somebody.
Mhm.
I don't
Mhm.
know who. I don't know who, but I had to make sure that I also yelled, "You can't just eat frogs," so that they know I was trying to save her life.
Right. Right.
Okay, cuz you don't know. Like you don't know
Mm-mm.
if a frog is poisonous or like what. Girl, it triggered her stomach problems again.
Yeah, Cheyenne's dog got some stomach problems.
That
Like since Cheyenne got the dog, this dog has just been,
literally first day.
yeah, I'm talking
Literally.
everywhere, everywhere in the
Yeah.
house. So,
Liquid.
mhm.
Ah, I can't. What's going on with you?
Yeah, it was Easter, same thing. Nothing really happened besides this weekend. My daughter, she is like 1.5, a little past 1.5, and so this is like the first Easter egg hunt she's participated in.
Okay, period.
And yeah, we decided to lay out some eggs. We can't give her candy yet, so my husband put little like bunnies and little chicks in the eggs.
Mm,
He laid them out in the backyard. My daughter did not want to walk in grass. Okay,
crazy
she
work.
was screaming, she was yelling, she wanted to get the eggs, so she was just pointing like, ah! Right? So, and we were like,
Oh
okay, like let's rearrange this. So we moved all the eggs onto like the concrete area of the backyard. Then she had the ball, the time of her life.
no. Yes.
But before that, it was just kind of like, okay, she's not having a good time. But yeah,
I'll
besides
never forget.
Easter, we didn't really do
Oh,
much. We had a little chill weekend.
period.
Yeah, and yeah, just spent it with the family. My birthday is in a couple weeks.
It sure
It
is.
it is. So, but I don't have nothing planned for that either. So I don't even know why I brought it up. I don't know why I brought it up. I just wanted to put it out there.
We're gonna get something together for you.
Right, right.
Um, I'll never forget because my daughter was like the first grandkid, and it's so fun. It was so funny for a while because everything was like not everything was a big deal, yes, but like she was the only one that was like experiencing it. And so I'll
Mhm.
never forget when mama and daddy put together like a Easter egg hunt for her.
Mhm.
and she was just the only kid out there. But they were making it seem like it was a race, like she had to get all of the Easter eggs super fast. And I'm
Well,
like, but
the reason it was like that is because me, I decided to participate in that, you know. And one thing my mom does, like, she used to always do, like, her and my dad growing
oh
up, they used
yes,
to,
I
like,
actually
put,
do remember this.
yeah, they
Money
used
in
to
it.
put, like, Easter egg baskets, like, they would put an Easter egg basket by the front door, ring the doorbell, run back into the house. We'd be expecting the Easter egg basket, so we open the door and we still see the garage door going down. But, you
Right.
know, it was the thought that counted, right? But no, my mom used to do Easter egg hunts for us, and she would always put like money in the Easter eggs. So growing up,
Mm-hmm.
we took Easter egg hunting very seriously. So for this, like, you know, Cheyenne, like Cheyenne said, her daughter's the first grandchild. So this is like the first Easter egg hunt my parents were able to put together since we were kids. You know what I
Yes.
mean?
And they were the golden Easter eggs that had the money in them.
Yeah,
So you knew which one.
and
Yeah.
you know, my niece, she did get a head start. I will say that. But I took that
Mm-hmm.
Easter egg hunt very seriously. And when I tell you,
Yes.
my mom was dragging my niece around because she was the one who put it out, so she knew where the Easter eggs
Where to
were.
go. Mm-hmm.
And was
Just
just
for it to be
dragging her
like,
around.
and I guess that's why I wasn't so pressed because it was like, okay, Ariana gets the money.
Right. When really, we know whose pockets it's going into, you know?
Because realistically, she had already had the gifts.
Yeah.
She's not holding. Girl, money did not mean nothing to that girl. It so
Back
high
then.
key don't.
Mm-mm. Until they
Yeah,
learn
it so
they
don't.
could buy stuff with money, that's
Yes,
when it's like, that's my money, you know?
exactly. But right now, she's still at that cool age where it's like,
Right. Here you go,
okay,
mama.
right, right. Oh, what is this? Like, this is it,
Where's
paper?
the
This is what
candy
y'all
at,
giving me?
right?
Right, exactly,
No, I get
exactly.
that.
But happy Easter to everyone.
Happy Easter. I hope you guys
Belated
enjoyed
Easter.
it
Mm-hmm.
and had a great
Yes.
time.
I'm ready to get a little messy.
Yeah, let's get a little messy. Do you want to start or you want me to start? How should we do this? How should we do this?
Okay, so we both have takes.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go. I'll just like scroll down to my takes really quick. Okay. I'll start with my first one. So this is from Reddit.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't like the hottest of hot takes and it's also not super messy, but it was something that I heavily relate to. So I
Yeah.
was like, I'm going to include this because I have gotten some flack for it before.
Mm-hmm.
There is nothing wrong with breaking the spines of your books. I want
Mm.
my books to look red, especially if they're the ones that I love. Obviously, if they're special editions with sprayed edges, etc., keep them as pristine as possible. One thing about it, I'm gonna break a spine. I'll break a spine.
Yeah.
Honestly, I would rather read a paperback book because I can break the spine than to read. Like I just feel like in overall ergonomics, convenience, comfortability
Mm-hmm.
when I'm reading, especially when I'm reading for a long time, the last thing I want to do is hold up a hardback book.
Yeah. Yeah.
You see what I'm
No.
saying?
I agree with you. I agree with you. I personally like breaking a spine too. And I
Mm-hmm.
personally
It's something
like
about it.
paperback books over hardcover books because,
Yes.
like you said, it's more comfortable. And
Mm-hmm.
then it's just the floppiness that gets me. You know,
It's the floppiness.
it's
Don't
the
let me find a
floppiness.
good floppy book.
I love a good floppy book. Don't give me that paperback that's like barely floppy.
Girl
You
stiff.
know,
Mm-hmm.
I'm
I know.
I'm
Like, not gonna lie,
disgusted.
Throne of Glass, not that floppy. But
Yeah,
like the Atlas 6, I feel like this is a good floppiness
that
level.
is a
You
good
see
floppy
that?
book. Yeah, I like that.
You see that? I
I
can
like the
easily move.
floppiness
That's
of that.
mobility.
Yeah,
My daughter is just slamming the door. That's mobility right there,
yeah.
okay?
No,
That's
I
what I want to
agree.
see.
I'm team paperback over hardcovers. Do I think that hardcovers look nicer than paperbacks? I do. But when it comes to reading, my hand cramps up. It
Yes.
does. And I hate that feeling.
Yes.
So,
And honestly, that is one thing that Kindle gets me with is like having a pop socket and not
yeah.
having to, or even having my little holder
Yeah.
and I don't even have to hold it. I can just click. I got a little clicker. You
Mhm.
see where it is?
No,
It's
I
pink
think by far
somewhere.
Kindle for me is the most comfortable to read with. I love a Kindle, especially when you want to lay down in bed. You can't lay down with a book. You know what I
Right.
mean?
This little thing right here, if you really want to stew, if you really want to get real lazy, you don't even want to hold nothing, boom, clip this on to the Kindle. What do? You have your Kindle stand, you are just clicking through the
Hmm.
pages.
That's still something I need to buy. I want to buy a holder for my bed. Have you seen those that like, you can
Yes.
put it right there in front of you
Yep.
and a clicker.
Yep.
That's one of my next investments that I'm
Because
looking
that
forward
right
to.
there, girl, it is so easy to have a book hangover because you will just be sitting there.
Hmm.
It's so easy to read
Yeah. Yeah.
that you're
And you're
like,
probably
ooh, I can
I'd
stay up
probably
again.
fall asleep if I had a holder and a clicker.
You know, I thought that never
No.
happened for me.
No.
Mm-mm.
Mm.
It's a lot harder to stop,
Yeah.
actually, because you're so comfortable.
Yeah, and you could
It's
just
like,
have your hand under the blanket.
exactly. That's
Wow.
what I'm saying. That's what I'm
Mhm.
saying. You have your head propped up. You are literally laying down. I can't
Mm.
even do that on my phone for real, if we're going to
Yeah.
talk about it.
Yeah.
You always have to have one hand up.
Mhm.
So, clicker for me.
Okay, okay. So we're starting
What's your
off a
hot take?
little. I don't want to get too messy too fast.
Okay, okay, okay. Cute.
So let's do. Because I think I picked all messy ones, kind of.
Oh, oh, oh. Okay.
Audiobooks are a perfectly acceptable method for consuming a book, and anyone who treats it like it is somehow significantly different or not really reading is more worried about the flex of having hours of free time than they are about the actual contents of the narrative. I agree with that. I think audiobooks are a great
Same.
way, especially as a mom who during the
Mm-hmm.
day cannot have a book open in front of her. Um, I think they're a great way to consume content without having the physical thing in front of you, especially if you're good at actually listening to the content. I
Yes.
guess that's the thing. If
Yes.
you're actually listening and actively listening to what's happening, then yes, you're reading. But
Right.
I also don't agree with if you have it on as like background noise and you're not really paying attention to the narrative. That's when it's kind of like,
Exactly.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
do you even know what happened?
Do you
So,
even know what happened? 100% agree on
mhm.
your take about the audiobooks because I work from home and a lot of the time I'm doing not necessarily like senseless tasks,
Mhm.
but like I'm I've been doing my job for so long that it doesn't require as much like brain power, you feel me?
Mhm.
So I crave having something just like in the background.
Mhm.
Like that I can listen to, that I can be engaged with, that's like, okay, I can do my job. But I've always been like that. Like before, it was audiobooks, it was podcasts, it was shows. Like I just have always had to have something that I can like engage with other than like what I'm like doing with my hands.
Yeah. No.
Um I would say, but I don't know. Like the whole thing with like are you listening or like the because I can see how with some people it's like if you just have on like the quote unquote background noise but you're not actively listening that you can forget, but there's even times where I'm like actually reading
Yeah.
and I'm like going through it and I forget something that happened like in the middle of the book.
Yeah. No, I get forgetting, but I think just not listening period,
Oh
is
yeah.
are two
Mm-mm.
different things. People
Cuz
forget what
like
happens in
why?
books all the time. But if
Yeah.
I'm like talking to you about a book or anybody about a book and being like, "Oh yeah, this happened." And people are like, "That happened."
Who
You
is
know what I
that?
mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Then it's kind
Mm-hmm.
of like that's
Who even is
different.
that?
Yeah. So,
Right.
no.
Okay. Okay. This one is I want different personalities in my male main characters. I love a good shadow daddy as much as the
Girl, I
next
saved the
person.
same one. Yeah,
Please,
I did.
really?
I got the same
Okay.
one.
Period. But please give me some variety. I want a goofball or a nerd or a drama queen or a cinnamon roll. I don't know what that means.
Like a little cutesy,
Oh, oh,
kind
oh,
of like
yes,
a
yes, yes.
golden
Okay.
retriever type.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie, agree with it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I agree with it, but then I'm like, oh, where's the conflict in that?
Yeah. No, I get
You
that.
know, like where's the tension in it?
Mhm.
But then I guess like with the right plot, it could make sense. Like maybe
Yeah.
the female main character's life is a little messy, but she
Mm-hmm.
meets like this cute,
She's more
dorky
of the
dude.
problem, then he's more of the
Then
problem,
then
Yeah.
he is.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yes, exactly. That
Mm-hmm.
leads to great character development.
Yeah.
Because
Mm-hmm.
then she has to be like, "Ooh, I'm the problem."
Yeah, like it doesn't. Well, I mean, I've read some books where the female is the problem, and let me not say I when I say female, I mean like female main character. I'm not calling
Yes.
females because I know
Period.
I know that
Mm-hmm.
that's a problem. But yeah, I think I've read books to where like the female main character is the problem, and like the guy is just trying his best to like be there for her, and she's like, no,
Yes.
no, you know what I mean? But
Like Shrek and
yeah.
Donkey.
Yeah, but they still are shadow daddies, and it's kind of like, yeah, give us something else, give us something
Yes.
different. Like, not, they don't always have to be like this morally gray, frowning, like mean
Asshole.
face, barely be smiling. Like,
With
yeah, so
eyeliner.
yeah, with eyeliner. But yeah, I definitely agree with that. I think it just becomes like predictable at a point to where if all like the male main characters are the same, it's
Yes.
kind of just like,
It's
yeah,
repetitive.
it
It's
is
the same thing
repetitive.
over
Then
and
we're
over
just
and over
looking more at
again.
the plot than we are at the characters. So I think character development and just characters, period, are obviously an important part of the book, and authors need to take time to develop their characters instead of just
Yes.
giving us constant shadow daddies all the time. So,
Um, I feel like the guy is just always super, super mean. And
mhm,
this is gonna sound super crazy when I say it. I understand that. It may even be a little toxic. Would never give me falling in love with a man that is talking to me crazy like that off rip.
yeah, yeah.
Okay? Let me get stuck on stupid first, and then you might be able to get away with it.
Right, right. No, I
But off rip like that,
No, there's like times I'll read a book
no for
and
me.
like the male main character will do something that's so like you can't forgive that. Like how do you move past that and then fall in love with the person? So
Exactly.
the reason I don't like tropes, right, like announcing like, oh, this book is yada yada, is because I just feel like it's a spoiler. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to the book already knowing they're gonna hate each other
Yes.
and then they're gonna fall in love. Like I just,
Yes.
it's just that's the only
But you
reason
know
like I hate
what?
tropes.
That's why I love Throne of Glass. The
Hmm.
like, even
I
though it's
was
a
thinking the
subplot,
same thing because Selena,
girl, we are about 4 people in, okay? And I'm
Selena
still kind of like, is this really
is,
the one though?
yeah, because we've been fooled too many times.
Too
We've
many
been fooled
times.
too many times. No,
Don't let
I
another
just
man
wanted to
pop
bring up
in.
something right quick. I saw like a TikTok of this girl. She had read Kingdom of Ash like this past month, and
Oh
girl
my
was in
god.
tears like, yeah, and I'm like, oh, that's gonna be me. I'm gonna be crying so hard in Kingdom of Ash. Like, I am not ready for whatever's about to happen in that book because
I
I'm
know.
emotional. I'll cry, and I'll cry for days. And if that type of book brings me that type of emotion, it's gonna be hard for me to move past. I might have to.
Yes.
That might have to
I'm gonna be
be
a
a
hard
end of the
grader for
month
a
type
while.
of, yeah. Mm-hmm. That might
Yeah.
have to be an end of the month type of book, cause
And then I'm just supposed to let it go.
yeah, I'm just supposed to move past it. So
I can't do it.
no, I already know I'm
But I'm
finna.
not gonna lie. The most recent one that we're on, I wouldn't have fallen in love with that man.
Really?
You were rude from jump. He was rude.
Yeah,
He was
yeah.
mean.
But I
And then,
mean,
but that's what I can't stand too. Is like they're this like major butthead, and then
yeah.
they get the craziest adjectives from the female main characters that describe them.
Mhm.
Like this man just told you to fall off the face of the earth, and then 2 sentences later, you're talking about how his abs are glistening in the sun and how it reminds you of a sea of stars in the night sky.
Right, right.
Absolutely not.
Mm-mm.
I'm
No,
going
cause
to be as far away
you,
from that man
if
as
you're
possible.
acting that way towards me, I'm not gonna find you attractive. I
I'm
don't
not
care
gonna
what
find
you
you
look like.
ever,
Yeah.
ever. And
Mm-mm.
this is exactly what like a man that's too pretty. I feel this way about all of the time.
Mm-hmm. They have no
All of the time.
personality.
They have no personality. They have no personality, but also like in every movement or gesture, it's like they're filming a thirst trap for TikTok.
Mm-hmm. Because they know
I
they
can
look
just
good,
tell.
right? Yeah.
Right.
They
And
know
they
they look
approach
good.
you with like no humility. Like
Mm-hmm.
I am like as if they're like blessing you
You
with
just
their
get
presence
the ick from them real easily, right?
really
And it's
fast.
yeah, no, I've noticed
Don't
that
let you have
too.
a bad attitude on top of that. I'm going to find something to
Mm-hmm.
humble you.
Right,
I don't care if it's how you blink.
right.
I'm gonna be like, ew, why does one eye blink faster than the other? I bet you that'll be his insecurity. I bet you that one thing will be like, oh, that's why I don't blink for real in front of. And I'm taking the vanilla one.
This is gonna be a hot take. It's okay for characters to be over the age of 21 and from different ethnic backgrounds, especially if your world is entirely made up. Why is everyone still very much the same?
Oof. Ooh, I gotta take on this.
I agree with that. I agree, one, with, if this is an adult book, why are they so low in age? Like, why does everyone have to be 19 to 21 or 19 to
Yep.
22? Like, if this is an adult book, why can't they be over the age of 25? Um, Especially for what they go through in some of these books. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it's like 19 is just like such a young age, and it's like, oh, I'm gonna do 19 because it's 1 year over like 1 year over 18, but they're still
Yeah.
like kids, kind of like at 19 you still
Mm-hmm.
don't really know
I
very
agree.
much about stuff.
Mm-hmm.
um Two different ethnic backgrounds, I agree with that too. Sometimes it just feels like some authors just throw us a Hail Mary and put like a couple of like black people or people of, color in their books.
Mm-hmm.
But it's kind of like, why can't like the main male character be black? Like, why
Yeah.
can't, like the female main character be anything but like white with, why does she always have to have blonde or light brown hair? And I get it,
Yes.
like you want this person to, I don't know why they do it, but yeah, it's kind of just like we need more representation in books, and we need to go away
Mm-hmm.
from just like this one standard of
For sure.
characters. Mhm.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So as far as the age goes, I 100% agree. I
Mhm.
feel like I feel like it's a lot like modeling when they're like, "Oh, a model's career is over by the age of like 25." And it's
Yeah.
like, "Girl,
Yeah.
we're all grown here." And like realistically, I would like to see more characters that do have a similar mindset of
Mhm.
like a person that is that that doesn't have so much maturing to do. Like I
Mhm.
feel like there's still a lot of problems that you can run into and already be like a mature person. Like life
Right.
throws them at you all
Right.
the time. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Mhm.
There are still things that you can struggle with that can lead to character development that aren't linked to the immaturity of the character.
Mhm.
Like, I honestly, again, I feel that way about Throne of Glass when it comes to Selena. Because I don't believe that we saw it, like, just in comparison with, like, Akatar. I don't think that we saw it as much in Feyre as we did in Selena. And I understand Selena is, like, super, super young when we meet
Mhm.
her. Um, but I still I feel like the same sort of like character development. Like a lot of the first few books is really her just growing up.
Yeah.
And for like, if your target audience, if this is not like a young adult book, which I have qualms with, like, I feel like the line between young adult and adult is getting a little too blurred and on both sides to
Mhm.
where it's like, you're not really catering to adults anymore. You're kind of and I understand like if you're trying to reach just like um
It's like they're trying to
the
reach.
widest audience.
Yeah, they're trying to reach like young adults with also incorporating
Yeah.
like spicy scenes in their books. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So it reaches
Mhm.
everybody.
But
But
then they're also like sexualizing the young adult category and
yeah.
it's like
Mhm.
it just I don't know, for me it doesn't have to be that. As far as diversity with ethnicities and race,
Mhm.
I personally believe that this is more so up to the audience to
Mm.
do.
Mhm.
And I only say that because there are so many writers that are people of color that are
Mhm.
writing great works
Mhm.
and aren't getting as much attention,
Yeah, that's
right?
very true. Yeah. No, because Daggermouth, the one that I was telling you about, the author's actually black,
Mm-hmm.
and the female main character, she's black. So, yeah, I think
Mm-hmm.
it, but that one's getting like hype from like all ethnicities, but it's
Yes.
like you really have to, people really have to like you said, dive in and find these authors that are
Mm-hmm.
writing good books that include other ethnicities.
Yes.
So,
I think that because personally for me, and this is just me, I don't want to know what an attempt at writing from another ethnicity's point of view would look like.
yeah, no, I
I don't.
definitely
I personally, I
I'm gonna
don't.
shout
I'm
out
not
this
interested in
book,
it.
and I've talked about this book before, but the Windy City series, in the first
Mm-hmm.
book, the author is white, but she wrote, the male main character was black, right?
Right.
And yeah, it was kind of like that. Like, I don't think she did a bad job at writing him, but I also think like a black author would be able to portray a black man better than
Yes.
obviously a white author. I feel like if a author is gonna take on a character from another ethnicity, they need to do some type of
Baby, you better
research.
got some
Yeah.
experience behind
You
it.
have
You
to
better.
you need to like take your time and like learn the culture of other people before writing about. And then you also need to make sure like you need to figure out what is offensive to that culture as well to make sure that you're not doing that. So
Yes.
it's like you just have to really put in the
You know
time.
who else did that well? And I'm gonna butcher her name again. Hanya Yana Yanagihara,
Mhm.
for the one that wrote A Little Life.
Mhm.
Four points of views. Two were white. Two were white. One was Haitian, and then the other one was black.
Mhm. And she wrote them beautifully.
And she wrote them beautifully.
Mhm.
Like, but it's set in New York. I'm pretty sure. I don't know much about her. But it gives. I'm also from New York, and I'm a person with enough experience in like culture to be able
With
to write from
yeah,
multiple points of
yeah,
views
and I
like
think,
this.
and I get it. Like, I'd rather like authors, if an author doesn't feel comfortable with writing a perspective of another ethnicity, then just stay in your lane. Like, I
Right.
completely understand that. Um, and if they don't feel like doing the research about other ethnicities and just want to put something out, like, no, I don't think they should do that either. So yeah, I
Yes.
think I think you're right. It is up to the audience to go find, these other
Mhm.
authors from different ethnicities and highlight their books.
Yes.
Mhm. Mhm.
Exactly. And put those and give those books a platform rather.
Yeah.
Okay, my next hot take is yeah, sure, they're both messiahs who will save the world, and she just got upgraded magically to being immortal with pointy ears, and they are horny for each other. But I refuse to believe in a romance unless they get a little goofy with each other at least once. Make me see that they like each other too.
Mhm.
In
Mhm.
quotes.
Mhm.
This post this post brought to you by the running gag in the Bonds of Magic series. Ooh. In related books by Jeff Kennedy, where Gabriel really just wants to explain to Nick what the difference between swamps, marshes, and ferns. Oh no, swamps, marshes, and fens. And she will wait, and she just will not let him. Okay. My whole thing is I just want to see a little bit more whimsy.
Mhm. Mhm.
Can we get a little funny? Can we get a little goofy?
Mhm.
I'm a
Mhm.
goofy goob. Okay. I
Yeah,
would
I
like to see
love
it.
I love a book with a
You
little bit of humor in there. Does there need to be a lot? No, but make if I get a little giggle, I'll be happy. No, I
I just
agree.
want one little chuckle,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like y'all are saying like, "Oh, there's just this chemistry, there's just this attraction and that." And I'm like, "That's cool."
Mhm.
Throw a little joke in there.
Yeah.
Like
No.
when Nesta told Cassian like, "Yeah, I did that to my uterus too." I was like, "Yes, ma'am." That's it. That's the
Right.
humor I'm looking
Right.
for. Okay, let's get a little whimsy here.
Yeah, no, I think it goes beyond like just the what is the banter, right? But I think authors need to work harder on like the chemistry of the two
Yes.
main characters and
It
make
doesn't
us
all need to be a trauma
believe,
bond.
yeah, make us believe that these people are actually falling in love and not just falling in lust with each other, you know, like
Yes.
they're it just seems like all they want to do is,
Get
you
freaky
know,
deaky
yeah, so
and fight.
right. And so like
Go to
that person said,
battle.
like, do you guys even like each other or y'all just trying to get it in, you know, like make me believe that they do love each other, are they falling in love, like give us more than just the sexual chemistry between the two main
Yes.
characters. So
Even Bella and Edward had a little dry humor going.
right, a little
Give
giggle here
that
and
to
there.
us. A little
Mm-hmm.
chuckle here and there, like, please. It don't
Mm-hmm.
have to be. It's just, it gets a little too serious. Like, there's just so much emphasis on romance. I feel that it misses other, like, points.
Yeah, no, I get
You
that
know what I
too.
mean?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I can understand why the men are mad that we're reading romantasy. Okay? They're like, oh, I can't even. But it's like, babe, you're funny.
Right.
You know, Cassian, he's not that funny.
Right. No, no, I agree,
Ew.
I do agree.
Yes. Okay.
Okay, so this is gonna be my last one. It's a long one.
Okay.
It says this is a controversial one, but I think the entire romantasy community is way too happy to settle for mediocrity because publishers think they don't need to ask for quality in a genre mostly enjoyed by women. It's just silly fun. It's perfectly fine, but don't rate it 5 stars because it sets the bar too low for those of us who want romance that respects our intelligence. I also think part of the problem is people are who are happy making some ridiculous monthly reading count without actually absorbing the content. I can't count how many Goodread reviews I've seen recently where it's obvious the reviewer would fail a middle school reading comprehension exam if they asked to review the material. Most of a really popular book in our circles I have tried and not liked because they felt like they were written for 14-year-olds and then smut was added to appeal to an older audience that has more money to throw around and culture of overconsumption. So, yeah,
Mm,
I think romantasy books are being dropped heavily because it
yes.
is a genre that a lot of us enjoy. We do it. I enjoy a good romantasy if it's done correctly. I do agree that I think it's multiple things, right? I think one, big influencers have the ability to push out a book and make more people read it, you know? I also think that I think people can rate a book based on how they feel about it. Like if you really enjoyed a book and you want to rate it 5 stars, then do it. In your review, just say like, "Hey, I enjoyed this. I really enjoyed this book." And versus like a person who might look more critically at the content and be like, yeah, at the grammar and be like, oh, the grammar was bad or there was, mistakes here and there. Um, but I do think that, I mean, I have read a few books already this year that there are a lot of grammar issues, and I do think publishers need to put out, instead of thinking like, oh, quantity over quality, we need to think quality over quantity. So,
Okay. Yeah, I agree. I think that it falls into the same category as like how we were talking about trying to appeal to like so many people at once
mhm.
that it becomes like, okay, like this is an easy read, right? Um but I don't know if that is for inclusion. Like I get what you're saying with like the editors like and the publishers making sure that the quality of the book is good, because
Yeah.
I think too that even just the romance category, everything is becoming so redundant
Mhm.
that you get to a point with some of these books where it's like, I just want to read something else. Like,
Yeah.
realistically, that's why I had fell into the Shatter Me series, because I was reading just a bunch of like quick, short, like romance novels, and I was
Mm-hmm.
like, I can't. Like, I had to DNF Twisted Love. I could not
Mm-hmm.
do it.
Mm. Oh
I
no,
was like, this is,
I DNF'd that series too.
yeah.
I
I
read
was
the
like, it's
first one
cheesy.
and
It's,
I just didn't get the hype about it. I didn't get the hype.
mm-mm.
So I like read the
Girl, I got about 5 chapters and was like, absolutely,
oh, you
no, I'm
DNF'd
done.
it immediately? No, I DNF'd
Girl.
it like, well, I DNF'd the series. I read the first book and I was like, I'm not getting the hype about this series. I'm
Yeah.
not. So
Yeah.
I decided like not to move on about it or with
It was
it,
so
but
hyped up.
mhm.
It was so hyped up. Like,
Yeah.
and I understand. I think that the complaint for me is not so much of like, can we stop doing this, as much as it is, uh, it's kind of like finding good music now.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Where it's like
Yeah.
the market is so oversaturated that
Yeah.
you're like, can I just find something that I like?
Right. No, that's yeah, you described it perfectly because that's exactly what
Yeah.
it is. It's just like, publishers putting out so many books that
Yes.
are romance in the romantasy genre and you
Mm-hmm.
have to like sift through like what's actually good out there, because
Yes.
I've read some like hype book talk books and I'm just like I don't see
It's not giving.
what's so good about this book. Yeah, like the writing is messed up. Like, yeah, the grammar. Sometimes I'm like rereading sentences, like, am I tripping? Like I know my
Yes.
vocabulary isn't the best, but if I can spot
Girl.
it, then we have a
Right.
problem. So,
Because the way that our dad set us up.
right.
Okay, well, I guess that brings us to our last controversy
Mhm.
or hot take. And we are going to take time to address Sarah J. Moss and her controversy.
Oh, yes.
The controversy is, I guess I'll just go ahead and give the context first in case someone doesn't know. The controversy is that Breonna Taylor was brutally murdered by the police force.
Mhm.
That Sarah J. Maas released the book cover to A Court of Silver Flames.
Mhm.
Okay. And in the Instagram caption, she mentioned Breonna Taylor's death um around the time, or like, in the same Instagram post. Do
Mhm.
we know what the Instagram post actually said?
Okay.
Okay, count
So
to read it.
Sarah J. Moss's Instagram post for a Court of Silver Flames says, "In case you missed the reveal earlier, here is the A Court of Silver Flames cover. I hope it's a bit of light for you guys today, given the appalling lack of justice for Breonna Taylor and a president doing his best to undermine and destroy our democracy. And while I'm truly thrilled for you guys to read Nestor and Cassian's book in February, I love this artwork so much." And then it says, "Thank you to blah blah blah, whoever made the artwork. I also want to encourage each of you to get out there and vote this December. Vote for people who will protect and nurture our democracy. Vote for people who recognize and will fight racial injustice in this country. Vote for people who will battle climate change and pull our planet from the brink. From the brink. Vote, 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 because no election has ever been more important, and the future of this country and the world depends on you."
With no hashtags.
No hashtags, no.
What people have said is that Sarah J. Maas used Breonna Taylor's death to promote her book cover. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I can actually, I can't. I'm not even, I can't. I'm sorry. I can't. Because for me personally, and the reason why I still read her books is because if she was using Breonna Taylor's death to promote her book, I just believe that there would be some type of hashtag, because that would be a trending topic on Instagram. You see what I'm saying? And she would use that for like more publicity. And the fact that she didn't and it's not just the fact that she didn't use any hashtags, but like I could see if she maybe like posted a picture of her and was like, "Oh, by the way, go read my book." You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I really don't see anything wrong with the Instagram post. And I'm speaking from a person of color. I am speaking as a person that is also, my dad is black. Kiana's
Mm-hmm.
dad is black. Our daddy, our
Mm-hmm.
pappy is black. Okay. And I don't like how this has been weaponized to make a sort of problem out of her. I feel like there are real ops with real faces that we could be discontinuing, if that
Mm-hmm.
makes sense, or like canceling. Um, like Chick-fil-A. Okay, everybody's still eating that Chick-fil-A.
Like Starbucks, like
Like,
Target, because y'all are still buying books from Target.
speaking as a person of color, specifically as someone who is black and Filipino, there is there's an amount of respect that I can give to white people that are speaking out to other white people.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense? When I think of Sarah J. Maas, and I mean really just any big like fantasy romantasy writer, the majority of their audience, just like the majority of this country, is white.
Yeah.
Right? So I guess in my mind, it would just be counterproductive to think that her speaking up about a topic that is so controversial, especially that is so dividing, specific, like dividing in America, but specifically dividing amongst the white population, how that would bring her good publicity
Mm-hmm.
if she did so. You
Mm-hmm.
see what I'm saying? When I think about it, it's like it's just not it wouldn't be a quote unquote good marketing move if she was just focused on her target demographic. Does that make sense? Okay.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure that that makes sense.
So the
That it
reason.
just
Oh, go ahead.
it's
No,
just not.
finish.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Um yeah, the logic for me isn't there. I genuinely don't see anything wrong with her Instagram post. I think that it if anything, she was using something that was highly anticipated from her as the platform to raise awareness, not the
Yeah.
other way around.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree with Cheyenne. She said it perfectly. Um, Sarah J. Moss, like a week before she made that post, posted on her Instagram, "Hey, the cover for A Court of Thorns and Roses is gonna release on this day," and on the day, like Cheyenne said, it was highly anticipated. So a lot of people were gonna go on her page and look at this cover, and she said, "Let me use this chance to talk about Breonna Taylor." Right. Another thing about her Instagram, right? If you look around that one post, all she's doing is encouraging people to vote for Biden and Kamala Harris because this is the 2020 election that was happening. If you remember during that time, like police brutality and Black Lives Matter was a big thing in this country, right? And we're from Jacksonville, Florida, right? We are honestly used to racist white people and not just white people. I mean, there's racists everywhere, but mostly white people. Yeah, and so we are used to Republicans, you know. We were used to seeing the Confederate flag around us, you know. And so for her to be labeled as this racist, but voting democratically and also for a black woman to be vice president, to me that doesn't seem racist, especially when Trump, who was president at that time, had his chance to get his second term then. If she was racist, why wouldn't she go with the majority of what racists were voting for, which was Trump, you know? So, yeah, I think people are running with this narrative and being sheep and following what like most of the people are agreeing with. instead of turning around and doing their own research. Because as soon as I saw that, right, I knew that we were reading Throne of Glass, and I was like, wow, if this is like how our community feels, like obviously I don't want to be offensive to my community and
Yeah.
continue to read a book. So I was like, let me do my own research before I tell Cheyenne we need to DNF this series and not read any more Sarah J.
Yeah.
Maas. We
Mhm.
looked at it, we discussed it, and yeah, I just think people need to do their own research. And if you still feel the same way and you disagree, you disagree. But
Mhm.
from my point of view, I don't think that post is as big of a deal as people are making it. If you wanted her,
Yeah.
I mean, back then in 2020, people weren't speaking out the way they are now about
Mhm.
social injustice. And but there's also this culture of like, oh, we need to peer pressure these people into speaking out about these social injustices, or if they
Yes. And
don't,
then
we're just,
someone does. And it's
yeah,
like,
we're just
you
gonna
know,
cancel them.
and that brings me to another point as well, that the United States are seen and loved as like this diverse melting pot of people,
Mhm.
right? But one thing that a lot of people don't talk about in just the overall like psychology of the United States is just not even a divide in mindset, but a sincere unknowing of like what the how the other lives. You see what I'm saying? Like when it comes to, and that's why I say like I'm not interested in finding out what it looks like for someone who doesn't have much experience with for example a Southeast Asian
Mhm.
family, to be writing from a Southeast Asian point of view, to
Mhm.
be writing from a black point of view. You see what I'm saying? Because there is such a serious lack of understanding that yes, we all live in the same place. I promise you the households are not run the same.
Yeah.
The values, like the core values could be there for sure. But there's little things amongst each group that is unique to them. Okay? I say this to emphasize that uh, there were complaints about okay, well, when even when black people were telling her that she needs to take it down, she didn't. I can empathize with that, but I can also see, or at least how I understand it, is this is not this is to support the black audience, but this message is not directly to you.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like, this is for the people that are not aware. This is for the people that need need a little bit of oomph, or that
Yeah.
need to hear it from somebody in their community, that
Yeah.
like, hey, this is what's going on and this is wrong and this needs your attention
Mhm.
ASAP. How other communities get to that end point is how other communities get to that end point, and that's why I'm like, for a white person with a audience that is majority white, whether it's white liberals or white conservatives, I know for a fact that she got white conservative in her audience.
Mhm.
For her to be saying that to her white conservative audience rather than not saying anything at all, and using a post that she know was going to get a lot of engagement to do, I'm sorry, that is respectful to me.
Yeah. Like I said, she was proudly pushing people to vote Democratic back in 2020. And even under those posts, people were like, I can't believe you're pushing for Biden and Kamala. Like, I will not be reading your stuff anymore. She can't win on either side, right? Like,
Right.
and yeah, I just think people need to do their research, really look into it, and then decide how you feel on your own, instead of being like, oh,
Mhm.
like you don't like. I saw the post right on TikTok saying, oh, Sarah J. Maas is a racist, people shouldn't read her anymore, and people were instantly in the comments without doing their own research going, oh, good to know, I won't be reading her anymore either. right? Like, and people are making these posts and not even giving any receipts. Like, there was
Yep.
nothing in that you could
The
put
post is
the
right.
post on your
And the post
TikTok.
is still up.
Yeah,
The
it's
post
still
is the
up.
post hasn't gone nowhere.
Yeah, and yeah, so I think if you disagree, that is your right to disagree. I mean, if there's
Hmm.
any more receipts you want to show us to prove your point, like we don't mind that either. Like it
I just
doesn't.
haven't seen anything else.
Yeah, I've heard words and I haven't seen proof. So that's all I need.
Yeah.
Just give me some proof
And
and I'll agree with
personally,
you.
if I posted something that I believed in, I mean, there are things that I have said that I'm not taking that back.
Mhm.
I'm
Right.
not. I would not take the post down either. People were like, "Oh, well, people had asked her.
Right. She did what she believed was right and
She did what she
lost
believed was right."
she lost people on both sides. She lost people who, from the black community and who support the black community. She's lost people from, the Republican side who were mad that she was voting blue back in 2020. So it's kind of just like, I don't know.
Damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Right. There was no winning with
I feel
that.
bad. I
So,
feel for her, yeah.
mhm.
But if we had more public figures that were speaking loud and proud like that about the problems that they were seeing in this country, I think we would all be a lot more happier.
Mhm. Mhm. That's going to be it for us today, guys. We hope you enjoyed. We hope you enjoyed the little messiness, the
Yes.
little tea. Yeah, we'll be back again next Wednesday. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Give us your thoughts. Give us
Yes.
your opinion on these things. And yeah, we'll see you next week.
Oh, next video. Speaking of Sarah, next video is our next installment of our Throne of Glass deep dive.
Yes.
We're very excited.
So we'll see
Very
y'all.
excited to
We'll see
discuss
y'all.
it.
We're doing, what is it? Air of Fire and Queen of Shadows
Yep.
is our next part
Girl,
of
and it
that
goes
deep dive.
down. I want to thoroughly prepare you guys that like there's so much that happens in this book. We are going to do an overview of everything and then save all of our opinions for the end
Yeah,
because
if we even have time for the opinions, because
girl, it's going to be a
we
long
might
tea
have to
session.
just no
Boom boom
jokes,
boom.
right? All
No
seriousness.
hey, y'all not going to get no clips out of us of that
No,
video.
no
It is going
kikiing.
to be long. Mm-mm.
Straight business.
Yes.
Hmm.
But like Kiana said, please like, subscribe, and comment. And we'll see y'all next Wednesday.
Bye.